So after masking the last, we draw our center line, and after drawing the center line, we are going to get all the cardinal points that we need to draw the pattern. So first of all, we locate our ball points on both sides of the last. You see it. After marking the ball points, we place our tape on both measurement, and we are going to take a line from there, and with that we have gotten our vamp line and our vamp point. So for us to get the quarter line, we divide the vamp line into two equal parts, and the half is going to be 1.5 inch. So we mark the 1.5 inch, then come over to our counter, measure our counter. We draw our counter line first, then measure our counter. Here's our counter here. So we are going to place our tape. The counter is going to be about 2.5 inch. So we place our tape on that counter and then draw it down to the low lateral instep point, and then we take our quarter line. So you see it, we take the line. So with that, we have gotten all the cardinal points needed, and we are going to proceed. But first, our instep is going to be 1 inch. So measure from here to here, 1 inch. So we start drawing from that point. So we are going to draw a line from the instep down to the quarter line, and we are going to use our tape to do that. So cross your tape this way and take a line from the instep point down to the quarter line. So once we are done doing that, we are going to take a measurement on our counter. We're going to take a measurement from here to here, half inch measurement. So once we are done doing that, we take the drawing from that point, take it from there, and then connect it to the line that came down from the instep point down to the quarter line. So we're going to do that with a curve. So watch closely to see what I'm doing. So we are done with the diagram. You see how we joined the line, you see it. So the next thing now, you see this line here, you see it running through, not this one here. So it ran through the toe. So you started drawing from there at the top here, bring it down to the feather edge. That is where the pattern is going to start at the front, and with that the whole diagram is ready. So we are done with the whole diagram. The next thing is to cut it out from the last. So after removing it from the last, draw a straight line on your cardboard paper and then align the pattern on the straight line. From the vamp point to the cap is going to be on the straight line, while from the vamp point to the instep is going to be slightly above the straight line. So you have to take your time, make sure you avoid too much crease. I'm going to give you some slight cut. Make sure you don't cut the vamp line. So once you are done doing that, you make some corrections, make some adjustments, that is if it is necessary. Now the next thing we are going to do is to extend the line from the vamp point to the instep. And after doing that, we add our stitching allowance at the back. We add about ½ inch. That is going to be our stitching allowance at the back. So now the next thing to do is to add the elastic allowance, and I'm going to be adding 2 inch as my elastic allowance. The reason being that the double sole I'm going to be using for this pattern, you know, it is very thick in width, so it is going to take a lot of leather due to the width of the insole. So I have to add enough elastic allowance, which is 2 inch. If you are going to use a constructed sole, you can use 1½ inch as your elastic allowance. So after taking the measurements, you add up the whole measurement, bring down the lines, and you have the complete 2D pattern. So once I'm done doing that, we cut the pattern into shape. Don't forget to extend the vamp line down to the allowance. Now we're going to cut from here to the here, and then from here to here to spring the vamp. Draw a straight line on your cardboard paper, and now let's do the cutting. So we are cutting from both sides to the low lateral instep point. We are not going to cut it totally, but we are just going to leave a slight part of it to hold it together. Then get your masking tape ready, then align the center line of your pattern to the straight line on the cardboard paper. And once you have gotten the result, you see the line. Once you have gotten the result, use your masking tape to hold the pattern to that position, and with that you have sprung the vamp. So let's proceed to the next step. Now you are going to fold your paper into 2 equal parts that will contain the pattern. Then place the center line of your pattern to the folded edge, and then mark out the whole 2D pattern. I'm using the compass to note the line before our stitching allowance. So after marking out the 2D pattern on the folded paper, staple it so that it won't move while you do other things. Now you add your folding allowance on this part, about 0.3 inch, because we are not going to use piping for this pattern. Instead, we are going to fold the edges. So you add the folding allowance here and then add it also to the front. So you see what we have here. The next thing now is to cut the whole pattern into shape, but before then, cut out your marking dot. You see it, you cut out your marking dots before cutting the pattern into shape. Hope you understand that. So let's proceed. So once you are done cutting the pattern into shape, remove your pin, remove your pins, and we have the pattern ready for use. So let's proceed. Mark your facing, the pattern facing, you see it, then punch the center of the pattern. It is going to help you during your lasting. So with that, we are done with the whole process. If you have any question, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get updates, because more videos are still coming on the way. Have a nice day, and see you in my next video.